Hello, is this Rajvi? Yeah, hi Rajvi. This is Ashwarya. I'm calling from Teach for India. Hi, how are you? I'm great. Thank you for asking. Do you have a couple of minutes to chat with me? Okay, perfect, Rajvi. So, my name's Ashwarya. I'm formally your point of contact moving forward. So, first and foremost, congratulations on getting accepted for the fellowship. How are you feeling about it? Great, wonderful. So, today's call is just very precise call. I want to get to know you a little bit better and also want clarity on a few things from your end. Happy to answer any questions that you have for me as well. Sound okay? Yeah. So he mentioned a few things. Happy to chat about it though. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Yeah, can you repeat that? Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Okay, great. Okay. Right. 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 Yes, of course. No, I understand that. And I think I want to, yeah, yeah, right. So if I've got this correct, you're saying that your parents are apprehensive about this and you need until the May 5th? Okay. Is it okay if we chat about this a little bit? Sure. So the one thing is, Rajvi, I completely understand, and thank you for being so honest about this. I understand how apprehensive parents can be for this process, right? Um, yeah. So, like I said, I think thank you for being honest with me about this. I think I completely understand with you about your parents' apprehension for this process, right? Uh, I want to explore that a little bit and try to understand. Is there specifics that they're worried about? Are they nervous about you? You're making a transition from journalism to something like education, or are they worried about like the process that you're? It's both. Yeah. Oh yeah, 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 no worries. Oh, no worries. Make yourself comfortable. I'm happy to hold till you find a better spot. Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah. Right, right. No. Yes, yes. I mean that's fair as well. I think sometimes what can happen is a lack of information on things can make you a little bit wary about if this is the right thing for my child, which is absolutely okay, right? Uh, from my end, I think what I can do best because I understand they wouldn't be head forth in just speaking to a parent right away because people have reservations, and I completely respect that. I think what we can do best is you can treat me as the channel for providing them the information you need to back your convictions to your parents, right? Because I do strongly believe if they think that you know what you're doing, they will get on board at some point of time. So, my critical question would to you would also be that I know I'm seeing your long term as you want to work with child psychology and therapy, right? Perfect. And you want to get a master's for that? Right. Okay, great. Because uh, I work with international recruitment constantly, right? So I sort of have an understanding. I know that Berkeley and Virginia and University of Michigan, if you're looking at options abroad, have great scholarship programs that you can look at child psychology and development and actually therapy for them. So, and a lot of our fellows also take that path that they take journalism and they take their learnings and then probably invested in an interdisciplinary field like education and psychology. So for me, I think the path to your conviction is understanding what you want out of the fellowship critically. So your work with the kids is cardinal and critical, and of course, you're doing so much to enable their education. But at the same time, these 2 years are also very, very, very fundamental to your professional growth. So I think the conversation you need to have with your parents is also understanding that growth for yourself because you want to reach that path to child psychology and development one way or another. What is the best way that you can optimize your leadership? And I think there are enough and more evidences for TFI to cite and back that we have those leadership spaces in place for you to be able to grow. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. 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 Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. 100% right. No, I respect that. Think again, I know it's a very difficult situation, right? I think I've been in that place myself. I was an econ graduate and I was like getting like consultancy jobs, but I decided to choose TFI, which is not a conventional space to be. So my parents, like my dad's an IS officer, he's completely on the fence about stuff like this. He was very, very upset, but I think that's the idea that I was able to take my convictions home and let them marinate with it a little bit for them to actually come on board and start understanding this ecosystem. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I would think critically about that as well, right? Uh, because, like you said, if they're averse to it, we don't want to push them to do something they don't want to do, right? 100%. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yes, for sure. I'm completely with you on that. And I'm really sorry that this is the situation for you and I know it's hard. So, yeah, I mean, it's never yeah, right. Yeah. And I think that's the issue, right? So I think I'm completely with you. Let's do one thing. Let's have them sit for the next 2 to 3 days and you just investing some time with them in these conversations, right? And I think if they're viewing it as a process that you're spending time in kids, because the skeleton and framework of the fellowship looks very charity, right? Like you're dedicating these 2 years. Yeah, right. And I want you to change that belief for them because I know for a fact that you're going to walk out of the fellowship with so much more. So once you're investing them in conversations about your long-term goal, about how we have opportunities abroad open for you at like so many great schools or just within TFI as well, then I think they'll start to take this opportunity a little more seriously, right? Because I think that's where parents' concern comes out of that what are you going to do after 2 years? It's also about your career, which is completely fair. Yeah, right. And let them know that I'm always available to chat with them because I do international recruitment like regularly. I know about opportunities that open for you. So if they feel like they want to speak to someone who can counsel them a little bit about what opens for them, I'm happy to chat with them as well. If they're more open to Faisal's option of chatting with a parent who's gone through the same thing, that's great as well. I just want them to feel as comfortable as they are for the process, and I don't want to push an agenda down their throat because that's not okay. I'm sorry? I mean, it really depends on case to case, but it's India. I mean, unfortunately, there are cases and there are parents that are not okay with it. I mean, we've had people like leave IIT and join this, so it's never an easy path for people, right? So, but I've, yeah, right. And I think it's about looking at it that way, right? It's about understanding your long-term vision and actually articulating it for them because that is their concern. So I don't think that it's perfect and I know it's not. So I think what we want to do is, and especially creating this support structure for you, I don't want you to feel burdened by it at all, right? So, like you said, if you think they need space, give them that space for 2 to 3 days. I don't want them to leave too long because then, we lose that track of what are they thinking about it, what are they going to do about it. So let's give them 2 to 3 days, and maybe like I said, have these conversations with them where you're focusing on your long term and the opportunities, and less on you just working with kids because that's something that's not gonna like help them understand what is in it for you. So diversify our work for them. And after that, if they think that they're open to having to talk to someone, we have a huge team in Mumbai that can support you. Anything from senior leadership moving down to recruiter level. So if you think whatever they're comfortable with, whatever you think they're more open to accepting and understanding, some parents respond to other parents' support, which is wonderful. Some parents don't necessarily think that we were interested in what other parents did. We just want to know what's in it for our child. So whatever their inclination is, I'm happy to make that framework support for them, and then we can move forward. Yeah, sounds good. And in the yeah, perfect. Perfect. That'll be wonderful. In the meantime, if you need any other support from me, feel free to reach out to me. All right. Then I'll get connected with you around the 1st or the 2nd of May to see how they're doing. This is on my WhatsApp number as well. So if you feel like you want to drop a message and let me know, I'm happy. All right. Thank you so much, Rajvi. I'll speak to you soon.